Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. How you guys doing? Ahmad Hammoudeh here once again, and we're just gonna dive right into the topic. As you guys read from the title, death, something we always tend to ignore, right? It's something that we never want to talk about, something that we always put on the side and never want to discuss, or anytime someone else brings it up, oh, let's talk about something else. So death, we always deny it and we always put it to the side and we always reject it, always try to think away from it, even though that this is the thing that we're supposed to be thinking about. It's kind of weird, anytime someone brings it up or anytime someone talks about it, even though if you think about it, no one denies death, whether Muslim, non-Muslim, atheist, doesn't matter. Everyone knows that they have a deadline, they're going to die on a certain day. Also, everyone knows that death is unknown. We all know our date of birth, but who here can tell me their date of death? No one can tell me their date of death because they don't know. Death is spontaneous and unknown. It can come at any single moment. And even in our religion, remembering death and thinking about death and pondering about death is something that's very, very important and even benefiting as well. And it's weird why everyone neglects it and puts it to the side and doesn't see how serious it really is. Even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ankabut, He says, كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ ثُمَّ إِلَيْنَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that every single soul shall taste death, and to us you shall return. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that me and you, we have a deadline and it's coming up, it's soon. We're going to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day or another. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who we're going to return to, the creator of the heaven and the earth, He's the all-seeing and the all-knowing and the all-hearing, As-Sami' Al-Alim Al-Basir, and all these beautiful names that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be aware of every single thing you did. So if we keep on the path that we're currently on and doing bad deeds and continuing in our shortcomings, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask us about every single thing, and every single one of us is going to witness this. Also, like I said before, in a religion, in Islam, death is something that we should always be thinking about and always should be pondering about. Prophet, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, says in the authentic hadith in Riyadh al-Salihin that remember death often, the destroyer of pleasures. Also in another hadith, this is in Sunan Ibn Majah, he says the wisest amongst you, the wisest of the Muslims, is those who remember death the most often. So it's really strange that us as Muslims, that we're denying death and we're putting it to the side and we're trying to talk about other things and other, we're not trying to listen about death. The Prophet peace be upon him says the wisest amongst you is the ones who remember death. And you should remember death because it helps you destroy your pleasures. What does the Prophet mean by this? If you were to think about it, like I'm living my daily life, and even if I'm not doing major sins, even if I'm doing little sins or just wasting my time on things that I shouldn't be wasting my time on, if I think of death, you're gonna be like, whoa, I'm not trying to die in this state. Like, of course, sometimes, you can relax, of course, and, I understand everyone makes mistakes. However, if you're thinking about death and you're about to do something wrong, you're gonna get away from it. If you're wasting, you have no school and you're off from your work and you have your whole day in front of you and you're thinking, oh, I'm just gonna sit down in front of the TV all day, and then you remember death, you know what, let me read a page of Quran. You know what, let me listen to a lecture. You know what, let me listen to a hadith. So it really comes into play when you think about death in your daily life. And like I said before, don't think, it's only for a certain amount of people. No, when the Prophet peace be upon him is addressing this hadith, he's talking to the Sahaba. The Sahaba were better Muslims than me and you and anyone we can think of combined. So it just shows you that this refers to everyone, no matter what level of faith you are at. Whether you are rock bottom and you need serious change, or whether you are, fairly close to the top, which no one can reach the top, but you're at a good stage in your faith. There's every day we can change our daily life. Now everyone has shortcomings. Everyone doesn't do as much as they should. So there's always room for improvement. So no matter what level of faith you are on, just remember death and say, you know what? On Fridays, I usually go out to play basketball for 6 hours. You know what? Let me make those 4 hours and play basketball and read Quran for the other 2. Then you have other people that on Fridays they go clubbing, they go to the party and say, you know what? Let me stop doing that. So it matters. There's a range of change. Whether you are rock bottom in your faith or whether you are sky high in your faith, there's always room for improvement. And that's what you have to realize when you're remembering death on a daily basis. Also, if we were to remember death often, we would increase in our good deeds. We would increase in charity. We would increase in going to the masjid. We will increase in, praying. We will increase in doing all these acts. Because I'm saying, hey, you know what? When I leave, I want to have something to back me up. Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, says the only thing that you'll be left with in your grave is your good deeds and your bad deeds. So which one would outweigh? So you want to build upon your good deeds and you want to remove your bad deeds. So when you're in the grave and that's the only thing you have, you can be at least somewhat, not regretful to an extent. And if you forget about death on a daily basis, then, or even on a weekly basis or monthly basis or whatever it is, if you were to forget about it, if you don't remember it in this dunya, trust me, you're going to remember it in al-akhirah. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Fajr, what does he say? He says, وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمْ. He says, on that day where Jahannam will be brought forth, and the ones who didn't used to remember, he says, on that day, everyone will remember. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues in the verse, and what does he say? He says, but what will that remembrance do for you on that day? Subhanallah. So, on that day, whether you're Christian, Muslim, atheist, no matter who you are, you're going to remember and say, oh, I should have did more with my good life. Oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. But on that day, what good would it bring? That's it. That's finals day. You got your results. So you're going to go back to the professor and say, oh, this is... No, khalas, that's it. This is the day. You failed. Now you're going to pay your consequence. And that's when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finishes the verse and he says, Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati, where the person who remembers now says that I wish I had put my life forth, meaning doing as much good deeds as possible. Like I was suggesting throughout the entire video, now is the time to make some legitimate change in your life, no matter what level of faith you are. Never think, hey, I have a big beard now and I pray now, khalas, assalamu alaikum, don't talk to me, I'm perfect. Or for the sisters, oh khalas, I'm wearing hijab and abaya, that's it, don't talk to me. No, this is only the beginning stage. It's a constant battle with your faith and your shortcomings to improve yourself on a daily basis. So, like I said, start now. A lot of us, we tend to put it to the side and say, bro, I'm young, I go to the gym, and what's going to happen, bro? I eat healthy, I'm not going to die. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Nisa that death can overtake us at any moment, at any time, at any place. Even if we were at high towers built high and strong. No matter where you are, no matter how good health, no matter how much money you have, it can come at any single moment. So really think about it and ponder upon it so that it can motivate you in a certain way. Unfortunately, me and you will watch a video about Jannah or we'll listen about, these nice topics. There's nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong, but we'll think about these and only think about going to say, oh, alhamdulillah, man, I'm so happy I'm a Muslim, I'm going to go to Jannah. But we have so much other things that we have to improve on so we can get to Jannah. So, let's make some change. Brothers and sisters, wallahi, I can go all day bringing out hadith and ayah in the Quran about death and the benefits and the fear of death and all these things. I can go on all day. However, it's not just about me giving you a hadith and giving you ayah and page number and hadith number and this and that. It's not about that. It's about you saying, you know what, khalas, I'm ready. Let me set some goals in my life and this is what I'm going to change. This is also something that you have to do. Don't say, oh, tomorrow I don't pray and I don't do anything and tomorrow I'm going to be the perfect Muslim. It doesn't work like that. It takes a step-by-step process. You get a piece of paper, you write down certain goals. I want to do this by next week or by next month. So be realistic in your goals as well. This is step by step, of course. So, like I said before, it's upon you. Never is my goal in producing these videos to change someone's heart or for them to cry or them to do. That's not my goal. My goal is for me to plant the seed in your heart, and then it's your job to water that seed and make it a beautiful, flourished plant. So it's upon you, because I gave you the reminder. I gave you the verses, I gave you the ahadith. And don't be from those who, when they hear the ahadith and the ayahs from the Quran, they put it to the side. Because this is a very, very dangerous situation. We learned from Surah Al-Kahf, a surah that you guys should all be familiar with, because it's something that we should be reading every Friday, at least. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and who is more unjust than the one who is reminded about the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ignores them and rejects them and puts them to the side? Who is more unjust than this person? So you have been reminded with ayat and the hadith, like I do in all my videos, the ayah number is there, the hadith number is there, everything is there, authentic. And if you were to reject it and put it to the side, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, who is more unjust than you? So don't be from those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in Surah Al-Kahf. Be from those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Furqan, إلا من تاب وآمن وعمل صالحا فأولئك يبدل الله سيئاتهم حسنات. Be from those people, from the ones who repent and establish faith and do good deeds, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to convert your bad deeds to good deeds. Be from those people, not from the people who reject Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after being reminded. So last point before we finish off this video, inshallah, many of you may be thinking, okay, Ahmed, where do I start? I want to make some change, whether I'm practicing Muslim or I'm rock bottom. Where do I start at? There's two places that I want you to start at, because I feel that this is a good way to start for you. The first is the Quran. You guys have to start reading it, pondering upon it, understanding it, and even memorizing it if you can. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Hashr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if we had sent this Quran on a mountain, this mountain would have been fall apart and humbled from the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying a mountain. You know how sometimes, right, I'll be with someone and I'll say something and they won't understand it. So me and my friends will be like, oh, this guy's dumb as a rock. Like he has no emotions, no feeling. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, this mountain, what is a mountain? It's just rock, right? He's saying if we had sent this Quran on a rocks, on a mountain, that indeed this mountain would have felt humble and falling apart from the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what do you think it should do for me and you, the one who, the humans are full of emotions and full of feelings? It should, break us down. It should get us to think and reflect upon the ayahs in the Quran. So really start reading and listening and understanding the Quran. That's something that you have to start. And of course, number two, pray. Allah, if you don't pray, then there is no hope in you. Start praying from today. Don't say, oh, you know what, I'm going to start praying when I stop doing this or stop doing that. No, first step is start your prayer. Because if you start your prayer correctly and you're doing it good and focused, then it will, as an effect, destroy all the bad around you. Why do I say this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ankabut, He says, Inna as-salata tanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. He says that indeed the prayer prohibits from evil and wrongdoing actions. So right now, start praying if you're not praying. Because if you start praying correctly and consistently, then all the bad around you is going to vanish. This is the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't lie at all. It's in the Quran. He's promising. So start doing that. Start reading Quran. Inshallah, this should be you could say the first step for you. And then later on, you start learning and, adding upon your belief. But these are the first two steps. This is what you have to start doing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you guys for watching once again. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. The only reason being is because, inshallah, you guys will be notified when I upload new videos. Also, so you guys can check out my older videos, which, are very beneficial and, tackle some key questions. For example, the last video I made was called, Is Islam Hard? And it's talking about the prayer and the fast and zakat and why do we have to do this and what benefits are there. And you'll be surprised, actually, because a thing that's very, very common in all five pillars is that if you do them correctly, you'll get taqwa. And then if you get taqwa, you'll be from those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you'll be the allies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there'll be no fear and grief concerning you. So start doing them. Check out my older videos as I break down topics and make them understandable, and I bring, of course, the ayahs from the Quran and ahadith with the ayah number and the hadith number and all that, so you can make sure that not only are you being emotionally affected in these videos, but also academically, that you're being taught the right religion. You're not just saying, oh, Ahmed said this or Ahmed said that. No. We have the proof right here. It's written in the video. So inshallah, do that. And until next time, inshallah, I'll see you guys.